Hey there, folks. I'm Eric Osberg. I'm the Rural Rebound Initiative Coordinator for Otter Tail County, Minnesota, and we're back with another OTC Works video. And joining me today is Amy Johnson. Amy is the president and founder of Cardinal Consulting Solutions, and she's basically a workforce strategist. So thanks for taking time today, Amy, to talk to us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So what we're going to talk about today is the Youth Workforce Navigation Project that you're working on with Otter Tail County. How would you explain the Youth Workforce Navigation Project to folks that are watching or listening?
Yeah, so there is a grander workforce initiative called OTC Works that Amy Baldwin and Sarah Shakey have been kind of driving around the county. And so this Youth Workforce Navigator program is a component of this initiative, and it's designed to bridge the county's schools and businesses, build the future workforce here in the county, and then supporting work-based learning in our schools while making it sustainable.
And I know there's a mound of information that goes along with this. There's many layers, and we're not going to be able to get into all of that information here right now. This is mainly just to let parents and students and educators and workforce or employers know that this program exists. What have you been spending your time doing in the beginning phases of this project?
Well, really building those relationships that you just talked about of those stakeholders. So building relationships with our 14 schools within Otter Tail County, building relationships with businesses, educating about what experiences are available and engaging with the students at the high schools. And then also engaging with stakeholders that would be community partners. So understanding that we do have 14 schools, and this is a pretty giant collaborative effort. So we need as many strategic partners as we can find that make sense to be part of this village. So that would be like our city, county, or otherwise workforce efforts that already exist to help cover as many populations as we can in the county. So
I like that you use the word village, because I always say it takes a village, and I'm not the first one to say that, but it takes a village to raise a child, and maybe we're finding out it takes a village to employ a child or to get a child into the workforce. So is it fair to say that the goal of the project or the program is to introduce opportunities to the students and at the same time introduce a potential workforce to the employers, or what is the goal with that, I suppose, as far as introduction of opportunities go?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the head on the nail in an oversight way, because really it is about exposing our students to the careers that are available in Otter Tail County. We are greater Minnesota, so our opportunities tend to be a little spread out. And so when we have a school in a rural area, and those businesses, either we get used to them and we forget that they're there to expose our children to those experiences, because one manufacturer, for example, could offer 50 different experiences when it comes to careers. And those experiences offer students firsthand experience and exposure to explore careers, to find that spark that they need to define their career path. And so we're also in healthcare, and we're also, manufacturer, healthcare, automotive, agriculture. So we are trying, this is for everybody essentially, and that's why we need that village as well.
And so no, that makes perfect sense. Were you going to say, something additional?
Yeah, businesses. So that kind of talks to the student stakeholder. And then we're also, the businesses, this is an opportunity for all of them as well to engage with the students. So I can't tell you how many businesses I talk to in the area that say, how do I reach the schools? Whether it means, they want to offer employment right now, where we're looking at summer employment, or they really do want to engage these students in the careers that they have available. And so this program offers that opportunity to bridge those relationships.
All right. And so where do you hope the program goes? Like a year from now, if 2 years from now, if you were to look back and say, wow, we really hit a home run, or that worked really well? Like, what are some of the things that you would hope to accomplish over the next couple of years with this program?
Well, sustainability, and that's, that's a big word, especially when it comes to bringing together 14 schools and all of the businesses that exist in Otter Tail County. So I know, this is expected to be a 2-year project. So that's my goal, is to bridge as many relationships as possible that we can in that 2-year time frame. And then, we know that turnover is a thing in both schools and businesses, but if we do bolster those relationships and provide maybe technological solutions to keep those going in the future, at least something easier than Google, something that's customized to our county, customized so that businesses and educators can speak to each other and really just make that process streamlined.
So you've been at this for a while now. Are there any aha moments, or have there been any moments where you've said, okay, this is working, or I feel like we're starting to make those connections? Have you had any experiences where you're like, we're getting momentum and this is starting to click?
All the time, and that's why I love what I do. Yes.
What are some, and you don't have to name names, just like describe an experience where you felt like we're making progress.
So when I think of students, because that is who this is all about, we have had, I work with schools that will place students in career experiences throughout Fergus Falls, for example. And so those students will come back and present their experiences. So they might go out and experience 3 completely different career fields because they're really undecided. And then at the end of that, they have realized brand new thoughts to help define what their career path is. So just watching them find their spark and find that sparkle in their eye where they think, yes, I'm motivated, I want to do this. And I have seen students that aren't motivated to begin with find that spark. And that is the most rewarding piece of it. And then I've seen students that were, I'm going to be an attorney, that's what I want to do. But then they go work at an attorney office and then a couple other different environments, and they find out, wait a minute, maybe that's not what I wanted to do. Or, they think that they're on a path and they go have that experience, and then they tell their point of contact at the school that I'm really not liking this, or they're not motivated there. Well, that's okay. That's not a fail. Let's find that spark somewhere else. So it's just, that's really exciting. And then the businesses, when I'm there, and there is an education aspect to this, because with our future workforce comes a new generation, and we were just getting used to Generation X and Y and the millennials and Gen Z, and and so every generation has a new set of learning. So teaching kind of what that means and how they can help build our future workforce and help really help them develop those workability skills.
Cool. Anything else you think is important that people need to know about the program, about your work? What do you want to make sure that people know?
That we are doing this with purpose, and that the county has never had this kind of capacity to help in this realm. And really it's because the county has recognized the workforce challenges. There's over 1,000 job openings in Otter Tail County. You've talked about that before. We have an increasing number of opportunities in the future with business growth. Robotics is kicking in. We have our labor market demand. So we're mindful of all of those things, and the county is taking action, and they're creating capacity to solve this problem. And so I'm just really excited to be part of that. And the more growth that we can have with stakeholders, the better. So anybody that's interested in engaging with this program, which I hope everybody does, all industries, all sizes, we can help everybody. So they would just reach out to myself or Amy Baldwin at the county.
And that was going to be my last question. If somebody wants more information or they want to connect with you, what's a phone number? What's an email? What's the best way to reach out to you?
Yeah, so my email is amy@cardinalconsultingsolutions.com. For those entrepreneurs out there, be mindful of what you want to call your company, because if it's too long then, it's going to be too long later. But it is amy@cardinalconsultingsolutions.com. Otherwise, Amy Baldwin is a familiar face and name, and she can also be a gateway to get to me. So
All right. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to chat. Awesome program, and we're fortunate to have you at the helm because you've already made a ton of progress in the very short amount of time that you've been at it, and I'm sure there's bigger and better things to come.
there are. So stay tuned, and maybe we'll talk again. Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Thank you. See you, Amy.